welcome to ShowMeTheCurry.com. I'm Hital.
I'm Anuja, and today we're going to show you how to make Kala Chana with Tindora.
Now, Kala Chana, here it is. There are chickpeas, basically the dark variety, and when these were dry, they were a lot smaller, compact in size, and they were a lot darker in color as well, hence the name Kala, which is black. We soak these overnight. You can get away with soaking them about 4 to 6 hours, and that's perfectly okay. And we drained out all the water and rinsed them, and here they are. That's what they look like.
Yep, so they puff up actually quite a bit.
Quite a bit, yeah.
And they get light in color as well.
Yeah. So we have these in our pressure cooker. We're going to be pressure cooking these. And to this, we're going to add 3 cups of water. This is fresh water, not the water that it was soaking in, actually. And we're going to add 1 teaspoon of salt. You can always adjust the salt later as well. So we're going to close up our pressure cooker, and we're going to cook these until the pressure cooker whistles 1 time, and then we're going to switch our stove to a low and continue cooking for 45 minutes, after which we'll turn off the stove and just let it sit there, and the pressure should go down all by itself.
So the other star of this dish is Tindora or tendli. This is what it looks like. So what we've done is we washed it, chopped off the sides and cut it into thirds. And this is approximately a pound. So there's a couple of steps to this recipe. Let's get started.
So to start off this recipe, we're going to dry roast a few ingredients. I have a heavy bottom pan here on medium heat. And first off, we're going to dry roast half a teaspoon of Methi or Fenugreek seeds.
So we're going to be dry roasting ingredients separately because they all cook at a different pace. And you don't want any one thing to burn over the others.
And if you notice, the color is changing pretty quickly. This was about just a minute. We're going to pull it off quickly and take it out into a separate plate and keep it aside. And in the same pan, we have 3 tablespoons of coriander seeds, whole, or Dhaniya. And again, same thing. We're going to constantly stir this until they get nice and toasty. And this is also just about a minute. Once you start seeing it smoking and color changing, again, we're going to remove it into the same pan and keep it aside. And finally, we have 3/4 cup of dry coconut shredded. And this is going to go really fast, so keep stirring and just watch out for little brown streaks. And I've already lowered my flame so coconut doesn't burn. And once you see the nice toasty color of the coconut, we're going to switch off the stove and add a 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric powder and red chili powder to taste. And kind of mix it in the hot pan. And the heat will help release nice flavor and color for the spices. Once it's mixed in, we're going to take it off and put it in the same pan. And the stove goes back on to a medium. In the same pan, we have about 2 teaspoons of oil and a 1/2 cup of finely sliced onions. And we're going to cook down these onions until they get a nice golden brown.
Okay, the onions look done. I'm going to transfer them into the bowl with the other ingredients. So here are all the ingredients that we roasted and fried. And we're going to put it into a blender and we're going to make it into a smooth paste. So if you need to add a couple of drops of water or a couple of spoons of water, it's absolutely fine. Go ahead and do that. It just needs to be a fine paste.
So in a medium-sized pan, we have 1 tablespoon of oil heating up. And we're going to add some dry red chilies. Just let them brown a little bit. We have 1/8 teaspoon of asafoetida or hing and a few curry leaves. And to that, we're going to add our chopped tindora. Mix and add a little bit of salt. And once it's mixed, we're going to cover this and allow it to cook until it's about 3/4 of the way done.
It's been 3 minutes and we're going to pour the liquid back in. And we've been stirring it in between just to make sure it doesn't burn and it cooks evenly.
And tindora has a nice caramelization on them, but yet they still have a little crunch to them, and that's exactly how we want it. And here's our ground masala. Now our spice grinder is really good. We didn't need to use any additional water, and it's not a paste, but it's finely ground. And that's fine, but if you needed to use a little water, and that's absolutely fine too. We're going to pour this in. Mix.
So meanwhile, our Kala Chana is ready. It had whistled once. We reduced the heat and allowed to cook for 45 minutes. and the pressure went down by itself. And we're going to add it into the pan with the water.
Now, depending on the consistency that you like, you can choose to add a little more water, or you can leave it like this, and we're going to keep cooking it for a little bit longer, about 3 to 5 minutes, so that all the flavors incorporate together.
So it's been 5 minutes. We're going to open up the lid, pour the liquid back into the pan, and give it a mix. So we like our tindora to have a little bit of a bite, but if you prefer it softer, you can cook it a little longer. But it's perfect for us. We're now going to add in 1 medium tomato chopped. Give it a final mix, and we're going to turn off the stove. And it's ready to serve. So our Kala Chana and Tindora curry is ready. It looks absolutely scrumptious. I love the colors, the green of the tindora popping out, the undercooked tomatoes. That's one of the reasons why we did not cook them too much, because you don't want them to get mushy and you still want them to be able to see the color and see them. And the black from the Kala Chana, absolutely delicious.
It looks
So,
yummy.
yep, only one thing left to do.
And I love the fact that the tindora is still fresh. In Indian cooking, we just tend to overcook everything, and everything is a mush. But tindora is one of the few vegetables that can be eaten raw. So there's no problem in cooking it to any level that you like. So if you prefer it mushy, go ahead and do that. But please try it a little bit undercooked, and you'll love the little crunch that it offers.
Yep. The textures are so wonderful. Again, the softness of the Kala Chana and the crunchiness of the tindora. Fabulous, fabulous dish. So if you like this video and you'd like to see more from us, please don't forget to subscribe, because you'll be the first one to know anytime we release a video, and they're absolutely free.
So enjoy your Kala Chana with tindora, and join us again on another episode of ShowMeTheCurry.com.
Adding a pinch of spice to your life.